Allah's plan. Even when life doesn't make sense, there are moments in life when everything feels confusing. You pray for something, but it doesn't happen. You work hard, but things still fall apart. You lose people you thought would stay forever. You face delays you never expected. You cry over situations nobody understands. And quietly, deep inside, you begin asking, why is this happening to me? Maybe right now you are going through one of those moments, a heartbreak, a failure, a loss, a delay, a painful chapter you never planned for. And honestly, sometimes life hurts so much that you cannot see the wisdom behind it. But this video is here to remind you of something important. Just because you do not understand Allah's plan right now does not mean there is no plan. Sometimes Allah protects you through delays. Sometimes Allah guides you through pain. Sometimes Allah removes things from your life because He sees what you cannot see. And one day, many people look back at the moments that broke them and realize those moments actually saved them. So if your heart feels heavy today, stay with me until the end of this video, because maybe this difficult season is not punishment, maybe it is preparation. We all make plans as human beings. We plan everything. We plan our careers, our relationships, our future, our dreams. We imagine how life should go. At this age, I'll be successful. This person will stay forever. This opportunity will work out. My life will look like this. But life rarely follows our exact plans. Sometimes doors close unexpectedly. Sometimes people leave. Sometimes things fall apart without warning. And when reality does not match our expectations, we suffer deeply. Not only because of the pain itself, but because of the loss of control. Human beings struggle when they cannot understand why, but Allah sees the full picture while we only see one moment. The Quran reminds us, perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. Allah knows while you do not know. Think about that for a moment. How many times in life have you wanted something desperately, only to later realize it would have hurt you? And how many times did something painful eventually lead you somewhere better? At the time, it felt unfair, but later it made sense. That is the reality of Allah's wisdom. Delays are not always denials. One of the hardest things to accept is waiting. You make dua, you hope, you try your best. But nothing changes immediately, and slowly frustration enters your heart. You begin comparing your life to others. Someone else got married, someone else became successful, someone else achieved their dream, someone else seems happy. Meanwhile, you feel stuck, but just because your timeline looks different does not mean Allah has forgotten you. A delay does not mean abandonment. Sometimes Allah delays things because you are not ready yet. Something better is coming. The timing is not right. There are lessons you still need to learn. Imagine receiving something before you were emotionally prepared for it. Some blessings require growth before they arrive, and sometimes the waiting period transforms you into the person capable of handling the blessing properly. That waiting hurts, but it also changes you. The things we lose. One of the deepest pains in life is losing something we loved, a relationship, a friendship, an opportunity, a dream. Sometimes we hold on to things so tightly because we believe, this is the only thing that can make me happy. But Allah may remove certain things from your life to protect your future. Not every closed door is rejection. Sometimes it is redirection. There are people crying today over situations that would have destroyed them tomorrow. But because humans only see emotions in the present moment, we struggle to trust what we cannot understand. Think about a child at a hospital. The child cries when the doctor gives an injection because the child only sees pain. But the parent understands the pain is temporary and necessary. In many ways, we are like that with Allah's plan. We only see the immediate discomfort. Allah sees the long-term healing. Everyone has a different test. Sometimes we compare our struggles to others and think, why is my life harder? But every soul is tested differently. Some people are tested with pain, others with wealth, some with loneliness, others with attention and fame. And often the tests people envy are the ones they could never emotionally survive themselves. A person with money may secretly be depressed, a famous person may feel empty, a successful person may be deeply lonely. Never assume someone's life is perfect based on appearances. Allah gives each person a unique journey because each soul needs different lessons. Some people learn gratitude through hardship. Some learn humility through success. Some learn patience through waiting. Some learn strength through loss. And every test carries wisdom, even if we cannot see it immediately. When life falls apart, there are moments where life feels unbearable. You pray and still cry. You trust Allah and still feel pain. You try to stay strong but feel emotionally exhausted. And sometimes people think having faith means never feeling sad. That is not true. Even prophets experience sadness, grief, fear, and heartbreak. Faith does not remove human emotions. Faith means continuing to trust Allah even while your heart hurts. Some of the strongest people are those who continue praying while silently struggling. Allah sees every tear you never explain to people. And sometimes the pain nobody notices becomes the reason you become closer to Allah than ever before. Hardship has a strange way of waking the soul up. When life is easy, people often become distracted. But pain makes people reflect deeply. Pain humbles us, softens us, changes us. And sometimes the difficult chapter you hate today becomes the chapter that transforms your entire life. Trusting Allah when you don't understand real trust in Allah begins when life stops making sense. It is easy to have faith when everything goes your way, but true tawakkul is saying, Ya Allah, I do not understand this situation, but I trust that you know what is best for me. That kind of trust brings peace, not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your heart stops fighting reality constantly. One of the biggest causes of suffering is trying to control everything. But humans were never meant to control every outcome. Sometimes we exhaust ourselves trying to force things that were never meant for us. And the moment we surrender to Allah's wisdom, our hearts become lighter because we realize not every burden was ours to carry. Allah sees the pain people don't see. There are struggles people hide from the world, the smile that covers sadness, the I'm okay that hides exhaustion, the silent anxiety nobody notices. The tears cried late at night. People may misunderstand you, ignore your pain, judge your struggles, but Allah sees everything, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every silent prayer, every sleepless night. Nothing escapes Allah's knowledge, and sometimes the comfort people are searching for is not found in having all the answers, but in knowing they are not alone. Allah is closer to you than you realize. Even in moments where you feel abandoned, your story is still being written right now. You may only see confusion, but Allah sees the ending of your story already. Imagine reading only one difficult chapter of a book and deciding the entire story is hopeless. Life does not work that way. Some chapters are painful, some are beautiful, some are confusing, but they are all part of the journey. You may not understand today why certain things happened, but one day many people look back and realize, if that situation did not happen, I would never have grown. I would never have changed. I would never have become who I am today. Sometimes Allah breaks your plans to protect your future, and sometimes what feels like the end is actually the beginning. A message for the person struggling right now. If you are watching this while feeling emotionally tired, this message is for you. Do not lose hope in Allah, even if life feels heavy. Even if your heart feels broken, even if your du'as feel unanswered. Allah's timing is different from yours, and delay does not mean rejection. Sometimes Allah is preparing something bigger than what you asked for, and sometimes the greatest blessing is not getting what you thought you wanted. Keep making du'a, keep trusting, keep moving forward, even slowly. Healing takes time, growth takes time, clarity takes time. And Allah knows the struggles you never explain to anyone else. So if life feels confusing right now, remember this. Allah's plan is never careless, never random, never without wisdom. Even painful moments can carry hidden mercy. You may not understand everything today, But one day the pieces may finally connect, and you may realize the delay protected you, the heartbreak changed you, the hardship strengthened you, the closed door redirected you. Sometimes Allah removes one thing to give you something better for your soul. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust Allah. Because even when life feels uncertain, Allah's plan is always perfect.